What's going on, everybody? Blazing here. Welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends. I'm going to start this video a little different. Are you finding yourself against another spider right now and not being able to take it down because you don't have an HP burn or a block revive, and she just keeps reviving and you're not even paying attention? Well, in this video, we're going to go through two teams, free-to-play friendly budget teams that you can use, or at least the concepts that you can use to take down this nether spider along with the dragon. We're going to do this on a budget account, right? And then I'm going to showcase one team on the main account. So let's get into it. All right, so the team that we're going to be using here is going to be Frozen Banshee, right? She's basically in the same build that she was before. I think she might actually be missing a piece for this, but we should still be fine. We're going to be using in Jotunn, right? Jotunn actually has an HP burn, very underrated champion for this. I'm going to bring in Scyl of the Drakes. Now, if you don't have Scyl of the Drakes, you can definitely bring in an apothecary. I just don't have one built on this account right now, but he's not needed. He's just there, or she's just there, I should say, just as a little boost to make sure that, we're healing up. So let's go ahead. Now, Scyl of the Drakes doesn't really matter what she uses. You want to prioritize with Frozen Banshee, the dragon, right? And then Jotunn actually is going to come in with his A2. Attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing an HP burn for 4 turns. 4 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. We should have a lot more champions doing this. So now that we got the spider under HP burn, we're going to be pretty much all set. So we can go ahead full auto, focus the dragon first, right? Now what you're going to want to actually do is try to take these spiderlings out first, because as you just saw, they cleanse the big spider, right? Unless you're going to bring in a block revive, then I wouldn't worry about it. But if you are bringing the HP burn in, you're going to need to take those out first. So the dragon's just about dead. Go ahead and switch on to the little guy now. Put the HP burn up. That dragon should die right about now. It looks like we might need a little bit more. There we go. Go ahead and come after the other one now. Dragon's dead. HP burn out there. Now let's focus on the big boss. Now here it's going to be tricky again, right? You need to make sure that you're placing the HP burn on before the boss dies. So if you're stacking too many poisons up with Frozen Banshee, you're going to need to take it off of auto and basically try to go at it again one more time. So here we're going to start slowing down the damage. Okay, we got the HP burn up. It's out. We're good. So team 1 right here, budget team, pretty friendly. I'm going to showcase the other team in just a second here. And then we're going to go through the builds of everybody. I'm going to put an infographic card right here so you guys can see the stats that are needed to try to take down the frost spider. Not that crazy. Speed-wise, we're looking at about 125, 150, I think it is. And then as for HP burn, as for accuracy and resistance, we're looking at like the 200 mark, right? Maybe 215-ish. But here we go. Last turn. And boom. Job done. Jotunn coming in as an MVP here with that 4-turn HP burn. Pretty solid. Let me switch over to the other team and we'll go through that one. All right, so this team right here, I'm going to go ahead and say it, guys. It's pretty free-to-play friendly team.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
They're all champions that you can either get from Doom Tower if you go through that, or you log in and you get Dark Elhain. The gear is not free to play. I will say that. Okay. So, but the gear does not need to be this much. Now, let's go ahead and start the team. Frozen Banshee now is basically, not Frozen Banshee, sorry. Dark Elhain is basically here to make sure that we take care of the spiderlings and we take care of the big dragon. We don't care about anything else, right? So we could actually put this on full auto, and it's going to do its job perfectly fine. Now, we got the HP burn out, perfect. The spiderlings are out. So it doesn't really matter which way we go. Akoth does bring that decrease crit rate, even though it is a weak version, but it still works out pretty well, right? Go ahead and target this dragon first to make sure that you can get the HP burn back onto the big spider, or else, you're going to be sitting here for quite a while. We are not getting it. That doesn't look good. Means the spider's going to come back up. Here we go. You got it up, and boom goes the dynamite, right? Again, the gear on this account is not free to play friendly, but the strategy can work for you. So let me go ahead and share some of the builds and what you're going to look for stats wise. All right, so let's start out with Dark Elhain. Now, Dark Elhain is used or was used for when they did the undead specific just for our ice golem, right? And so we have her built with a triple cruel set. It's not needed, right? Honestly, with her, if you want to just keep her alive to be able to cleanse and take some damage out on the spiderlings, that's it, right? It just helps you speed up the runs a little bit. Let's talk about stats wise. This is overkill, right? You could go with half of this and you're going to be fine. Again, I'll put the info card right here of what you're going to need. But we currently have ours built with 5k HP, 199 speed, 101 crit rate, 256 crit damage, 288 accuracy. Honestly, you could come down way, way more on this. You could chop all of this down by 25% minimum, right? Booking situation, we do have ours fully booked. Do you need her fully booked? I don't think so. I would have tried this on Steven's account, except he doesn't have Akoth, right? Which we would never have booked our Dark Elhain there. Not that she doesn't deserve the books, but, you know, very niche case use. Phantom Touch is the blessing that we took. Masteries-wise, we basically went down and did standard masteries for Arena. We did go ahead and take Helm Smasher, Kill Streak, Methodical, Bring It Down, Single Out, along with Whirlwind of Death. We did take Shield Breaker, along with Keen Strike and Deadly Precision. As for the Sport Tree, we did go ahead and take Sniper. We did take Cycle of Magic, Lore of Steel, Swarm Smiter. We did take Charge Focus and Pinpoint Accuracy. Let's talk about Akoth. Akoth now, we currently have in a Stun set and a Perception. Is it the best set for him? No. But he does have some skills that are AoE that does help a little bit, right? But let's talk about stat-wise. What do we need for him? Again, we could cut this down way more, no problem. We have him at 45k HP, 3.3k defense, 231 speed, no crit rate, no crit damage, 317 resistance, not needed. Unless you really want to resist everything, then you can go for it. And 432 accuracy, way, way too much. Booking situation, we do have him fully booked. Honestly, though, it's all about the A2 here. We need that HP burnout, and that's it, right? Nothing else is going to really help us. I mean, the A3 attacks all enemies has a 50% chance of increasing cooldowns by 2 turns on enemies that are under HP burn. You're never really going to do that on a boss, right? So this is just for ad waves, but these two are AoE, so the sunset kind of helps, especially if you're trying to clear some bosses or waves. And then the passive isn't really going to be game-changing, right? Because it has a 10% chance of placing a fear debuff on an enemy for 1 turn whenever they receive damage from HP burn. Not really going to do much for you. So I would say the A2, if you book it, and actually, I'm looking at it. Sorry, you don't need a book. Don't even bother, right? Masteries-wise, we didn't take any. Could you take some? Sure. You could go down the Sport Tree and find yourself all the way to Eagle Eye. Or, you know, if you're going to put him down with the Sunset like I have, you can come down and take Fearsome Presence. Really depends on what else you're going to use them for. Honestly, I wouldn't put masteries on him unless you absolutely need them. Okay, let's talk about Scyl of the Drakes. Now, the Scyl of the Drakes on this account is not crazy OP. It's Steven's account. Again, remember, the gear is not out there, but we are doing the best that we can with the champion builds. So we do have her built with a double speed set and 1 righteous. Really, triple speed set. Let's talk about stat situations. We got it built at 57k HP, 3.7k defense, so a little tanky. The HP is a little low, but I would definitely love to boost that up quite a bit. 256 speed, 347 resistance. We don't care about the accuracy in this build. We're trying to resist more of the stuff that we can do in Doom Tower, right? Let's talk about skill situation. Do we need her fully booked? Absolutely not. It doesn't really help. Iron Will is what we did take on here. I'm sure there's definitely some other ones that you could take that are going to be a little bit better. Really depends on whatever else you're going to use it for. If you're going to build it with some accuracy, then put Brimstone on. That would definitely help. Let's talk about mastery. Now, because we did go the resistance route, we did go ahead and take Unshakable. We did take Retribution. We did also take Cycle of Revenge, along with Delay of Death. We did take Resurgent. We did also take Shadow Heal, along with Rejuvenation, Improve Parry, and Defiant. This build is basically to just, or these masteries, I should say, are basically there to increase whatever healing she can do, right? So we did take Spirit Haste on the Spore Tree. We did take Cycle of Magic. We also took Merciful Aid along with Healing Savior. We did take Lay on Hands, and we did take Steadfast. Okay, so Frozen Banshee. She is literally still in the same build that we did the Scarab video on. One quick thing, these bosses are never going to change affinity, right? The affinity I've confirmed is going to be the same throughout. So I'm not sure if I really want to start messing and changing some of these builds out. I feel like I might just leave her the way it is because she's going to be useful next rotation. Now, let's talk about the build. So we do have her in a Regen and Perception set. We do have one Blood Shield accessory on her. Again, that's more for Scarab than anything else. Let's talk about stat situation. 44k HP, 2.2k defense, 209 speed, 342 resistance, and 276 accuracy. Seems to be pretty good stats-wise, right? Let's talk about the booking situation. She is a rare. If you have her booked, it's not going to hurt you. Definitely will help. Are they necessary? The only thing I would say is the cooldown on the A3 on a 3-turn is way better than on a 5-turn. So let's talk about masteries. Masteries, we went the resistance route here and trying to boost our turn meter as much as possible. So we did go ahead and we took Unshakable. We did take Retribution along with Delay of Death. We did take Resurgent. We also took Wisdom of Battle. We did take Improved Parry. We did take Rejuvenation along with Defiant. As for the support tree, now, I do want to make sure you guys know, if you don't need the resistance, if you can build it from your build, then go ahead and take Accuracy, right? Go take Eagle Eye. Definitely will help. Then you would want to take Master Hexer along with Spirit Haste. Always bringing in that food. Helps her solo some of this stuff. Then you can take Cycle of Magic along with Aura of Steel. You can also take Arcane Celerity, right? Because the more debuff she puts up, the more turn meter she's going to get. And she does put up quite a bit of poisons. Then we took Charge Focus along with Pinpoint Accuracy. All right, let's talk about Jotunn. I have never been more happier to see this ugly mug. I mean, he carries such a huge sword, does absolute no damage, but he is definitely needed for this boss if you don't have anything else. Jotunn is actually like really, really strong. Let's talk about what we haven't built with. We've got one speed set on him. Now, the only reason that happened is because that's what the build required, right? We didn't go out of our way. You can see here, everything else is broken. Stats over sets. Let's talk about the sets, or the stats, sorry, that we're going to need. We currently at level 50, we have him built with 34k HP, 2k defense, 200 speed. We have no crit rate, no crit damage, 114 resistance, 236 accuracy. Again, he's level 50. You don't need to go any higher than this, right? You could probably even do it with level 40 if you wanted to try. I didn't. I probably should have, to be quite honest. Let's talk about booking situation. So booking situation, the only thing that we really want to try to book is the A2. And that's because it brings it up to 100%, right? On a 3-turn cooldown. Bringing it on a 3-turn cooldown makes it so that HP burn is always up, right? Goes on for 4 turns. He's actually the only champion that has a 4-turn duration HP burn, which is pretty solid. Everything else in his kit is pretty garbage. I wish Plarium would buff him. I mean, look at him. He's got just such a huge sword right there. He looks like he's like, you know, he should be smashing like Turvold does, but he doesn't. Let's talk about masteries. Masteries-wise, we didn't take any. You don't need him for this, right? Now, again, Jotunn is not the best champion in the world. He does the job that we need, so we need to put as minimal effort in as possible. All right, so hopefully this video helped you guys. I know the build on one of the teams is kind of, you know, a little too much. Doesn't need to be that way. This team is pretty free-to-play friendly team. They're both pretty free-to-play friendly team. I'll go that far. The gear might not be on the main account, right? But the concept for both teams is there. So hopefully this video helped you. Do make sure to check us out every Sunday on the Knights of Teleria. You have myself, Mr. Final Campachi, you have JR Star 3, you have Nacho Plays 50, Gesto Gaming, Jarrett Gaming, where we talk everything Raid Shadow Legends. We go through any weekly drama. We go through anything worth news in the game. And we talk about what things can help the community and where everything's going. We do have some friendly banter. We do sometimes take the boxing gloves out and go a little hard with each other. You know, myself and Nacho for the most part. But that does stream live at 2 p.m. EST every Sunday, except for Christmas Eve. And And if this video helped you guys, make sure to thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And as always, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. I'll catch you guys on the next one.